This product was provided by Nintendo for review. Also, this review was delayed until release day. Nintendo did not allow any footage of the game to be shown during the embargo process, most likely to prevent if anyone got the game early by illegal means or street date or whatever else. So I didn't feel like it was right making a review then, so here is my review of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is a game that we haven't seen the likes of for several years. I grew up on Red and Blue, and when Yellow came out, it was exciting. Yeah, it was the same routes and the same areas, but some things changed. Some characters' lines changed, some Pokemon changed, but nevertheless, it's the same game. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is that kind of game. You're going to be exploring the same 4 land masses that you explored in Sun and Moon. You're going to be encountering almost all the same people that you encountered in Sun and Moon, with the exception of the Ultra Recon Squad that shows up seemingly everywhere that you go. They're a peaceful group mostly here for research, and their prerogative gets revealed a little bit later in the game. You're to be going through somewhat similar trials than you went through in Sun and Moon. Some trials remain completely untouched, like the Verdant Caverns Normal Trial and Pony Island's Dragon Trial. Some trials take place in the same location, like the observatory, but with a different puzzle or a different story that drives the main character's quest and the trial itself. And that's the main theme I found throughout the game. In the main story, you're going to find the same characters, and they end up doing the same thing or similar things, but the reasons for doing so are different. Some make for a better storyline, some arguably not as compelling of a story. In Sun and Moon, I feel like there was a lot of hand-holding, a lot of help along the way. In Ultra Sun and Moon, the game gives you a bit more freedom, and with that, I like to say it's focused more on team building. I picked Rowlet as my starter, and he got wrecked. Almost every Toto Pokemon had a move or an ally that had a super effective move. A great example of this is Totem Wishiwashi was replaced and now it's Totem Araquanid. It has an egg move Aurora Beam, and I was overleveled for the area, and I still got wrecked. At the same time, I feel like no matter what starter you pick, you're going to find some resistance, and that's a good thing. For all the people who said that Sun and Moon was too easy, this game kicks it up a notch. Now, I'm not calling this the Dark Souls of Pokemon, but it's a slightly more complex game. They added over 100 new Pokemon that could be found in wild encounters, SOS encounters, or a variety of other methods such as the Ultra Wormhole. You can use a vast array of new Pokemon to fine-tune your team and build up an elite groom of 6 Pokemon to take down anything the game throws at you, and that's kind of the overall objective here. Along your journey, there's a few things added in, and a few things removed. Zygarde cells? Gone. For good. So happy about that. But the game instead adds trainer trial stickers, which appear on houses, in houses, behind buildings, on the back of sofas, and hidden all over. I haven't looked too hard, but I found over 50 through casual gameplay before post-game with almost no revisiting of areas. Collecting these stickers rewards you with totem-sized Pokemon, which is pretty cool. The Isle of Beans is exactly the same. The Festival Plaza, from what I could tell, is pretty much the same with one major addition. There's now a rental area that you could do virtual battles. All the Pokemon that you choose to battle with are trained in IVs and EVs with items and moves for great strategies. You can only pick one of the 3 Pokemon that are presented to you, but you get 2 more with trainers that you encounter in the real world through Street Pass, people that you trade with, or the game will just make up people and you get to pick from their Pokemon, which is good in case, you never leave the house when you play Pokemon. This is pretty awesome, and it immediately felt like the original Pokemon Stadium all over again. I wish they did this but had a Petite Cup option. That was my favorite one. Also, the more you do it, the better Pokemon that you get access to. Rotom hangs out on your bottom screen, does the same thing, but this time around he has little prompts for you to input on how you're feeling or how he's feeling, so it feels like you're building a bond a little bit more. Overall, the first 3 islands are going to give you a very similar experience that they did in Sun and Moon with some additional areas. Now, from here on out, I'm going to be including some things that you may consider a spoiler. I'm going to be talking about some stuff pretty pertinent to the game and its differences from the previous games, but I won't be revealing any of the really awesome stuff. That you're going to have to find out on your own. Also, most of this you've already seen a clip of in official trailers. So if you've avoided any spoilering information about this game and you don't want to see it, first of all, click the like button to let you know that I was going to give you spoilers, and now click the card in the top right corner so that you can leave and watch another video. going off script here for a second, I feel like the main story throughout they talk about Necrozma the entire game, but you never actually see Necrozma until almost the end of the game, which it feels like a fake threat. It feels like you don't really know what the danger is or what the prerogative of the characters and the NPCs that you encounter, like why they're doing these things. Instead, the game expects you to have a vast knowledge of Sun and Moon before going into this. And I do recommend having a vast knowledge of Sun and Moon before going in, otherwise the story is going to be a little lost on you before this point in the game. From the moment that you arrive at Pony Island, things go sideways. And you remember those flutes that you got in the original games to go to the altar of the sun or moon? That is where the game takes a major turn. Instead of using your legendary to enter ultra space, like in the previous games, Necrozma emerges and gets to a crazy fight with your legendary Pokemon. At this time, Necrozma pins down Solgaleo or Lunala and steals their light. Doing so causes it to merge with your legendary, and you immediately enter a battle against Dawn Wings Necrozma or Dusk Mane Necrozma. After this battle, the newly fused Box Legendary disappears and steals all of Alola's light with it. The Ultra Recon Squad then allows you to ride on the back of their legendary Pokemon, which is the opposite of the game that you're playing, into an Ultra Wormhole. This area, which requires the use of the 3DS's gyroscopic feature by default, allows you to enter areas thousands of light years away. It's a fun minigame that lets you encounter Pokemon that aren't in Alola. This is also how you can encounter legendary Pokemon from previous generations, Ultra Beasts, and an increased shiny chance at a small selection of regular Pokemon. You're going to be spending a lot of time here post-game. One of the wormholes here is going to bring you to the Ultra Megalopolis, where you're going to find a fused Necrozma, and he enters his ultimate form. After this battle, Necrozma is going to release its grasp from your legendary and fly away. At this time, you're going to be getting one of the 3 new Pokemon released for this game. Poipole. He's an Ultra Beast. You return back and complete the trials on Pony Island, which one of them is very different and really awesome. After that, all that's left is for you to make your way to the Elite Four and become champion. Along your way, you're going to be encountering Necrozma with a high catch rate, since he is your box legendary after all, and the one that you can bring with you to the Elite Four. You're also going to be receiving items to fuse Necrozma with either of the previous box legendaries, Solgaleo and Lunala. As much as I summed up this game, that's the gist of it. I feel like players are going to be eager to plow their way through the game just to enter the postgame, and the postgame is really, truly fantastic. You're going to be exploring additional areas, perfecting the Mantine Surf, finding out about Zygarde's role in the game, going through the Ultra Wormhole, taking on Rainbow Rocket, catching all the Ultra Beasts, and making your way up to the Battle Tree, which has expanded from the previous games, giving you many more hours of gaming. All in all, this game has a slow start, like a Regigigas, but once you're past the first 3 islands, the true adventure begins. I haven't run all the numbers or received official information, but I believe that between Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Sun, and Moon, it's going to be possible to catch all non-event, non-mythical Pokemon. However, there is still no national dex. I hope you enjoyed my review for Ultra Sun and Moon. I'm going to be having lots of helpful videos about the game going forward. So if you haven't done so, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, leave a like, drop a comment on what you felt about my review. Until next time, Austin John out. Be sure to like this video and subscribe. I'm going to be giving you guys lots of helpful videos in the next following days and weeks. Till next time, Austin John out.